let's go. Welcome back to Northernlion. Realizes that his balanced build strats in this game are bad, and we should focus on either strength or skills, and then hopefully the game meets us halfway. There's no reason, in my opinion, not to be optimistic right now. Got the Nutcracker. We got the Lightning Bolt. We got the combination Nutcracker and Lightning Bolt. I don't know. I'm going to try to use the Spiked Shield, but if I'm wrong, feel free to let me know. But I really don't feel like I understand shields. It's like in XCOM 2. And I'm not the best XCOM 2 player, but I did win that run on Classic. And people, sometimes they'd be like, hey, we should come back here when we get better loot, I think. Why not? People would sometimes be like, why don't you play defensively and get, like, this item? And I don't know about, like, in the new versions of, or the newest builds or patches, etc. of XCOM 2, but it really felt like at launch, why would you do that when you could instead just stand on a rooftop and then, like, throw all of your rockets at a pod and kill them before they even know you're there, you know? It just seemed like aggression was the name of the game, and it sort of feels the same way in Dad's Cells as well here. A shield maybe gives you a bonus for challenge rooms, blocking damage, but I don't know. Does it actually? Because I don't think I've ever been in a situation in which we could have just blocked the damage we took and had it be worth the squeeze, you know, had the juice be worth the squeeze, man. That was my poor timing there. But again, I might just be using shields improperly. It's also plausible and acceptable, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I suppose. Nutcracker, fairly decent here in the early game at handling things for us, especially because it stuns enemies. You know what? We've been going like mad skill build, and I was just about to say let's not do that. And then they gave me oil grenade combined with fire grenade. And I'm looking at this like, how can I not go skill build? I don't think we've, as of yet, had the right opportunity to say whether or not, you know, skills or strength is going to be better. All we've had is, ooh, that's going to be actual loot, not the ossuary. All we've had is, unfortunately, situations that never really presented themselves on the last run to make our imbalance strat actually work. You know, we're under-leveled, which is why we should try to, if possible, go to the ossuary this time. We were under-leveled, and we were low on everything. And everything was even just by virtue of the random drops that we got. So, gonna give it the old honest-to-goodness college try here and hope that we manage to turn it around. I was a little bit disappointed with the way the last episode ended, but life does go on. Applies flammable oil. Doesn't seem that important. Extra damage on bleeding. Damage reduced. Extra damage on a frozen target. It does synergize with the oil grenade, I think, right now, which seems to cause enemies around us to explode into ice when they die, but I don't know. One thing I will say is we're not in danger of this becoming Flint Hook yet. Like, I have not even come close to the saltiness I got with that game, which admittedly is like a little bit embarrassing on my own part that I felt like I was trapped in like a Flint Hook psychosis. So many runs we were like, I just cannot make anything pop here. Enemies burn when they die. Honestly, like, it actually does give us a bonus because we want that synergy. Good throw. But ooh, did I see something? I see a bow and infinite arrows up there. And that's probably the ossuary, which is the way we're going to go, but we should fight the elite enemy first. Anyway, yeah. Like, Flint Hook, I think it's a perfectly fine game, and the more distance I have with it, the happier I am. I'll say that, you know. Dead Cells, although I've had a lot of runs that have ended the same way, and the thing that is similar between the two games, yeah, is definitely that, it takes a long time to get to the time in which I almost always die. The difference, I think, is that the moment-to-moment gameplay in Dead Cells is just so fun. So if you didn't watch the last episode, which is, you know, plausible, they are quite long. This is just going to be the exit, I'm sure. So The strat that I'm currently running, or trying to run, is anytime we get a custom scroll of power, it's gonna go either... Oh, we're at the one we want to be at anyway. It's gonna go to either HP or one of skills and strength. And at the present moment, we're choosing to go with skills. The point is, we, you know, instead of being a jack of all trades, master of none, we should really just go for, you know, maybe like 7 levels of HP and then 7+ levels of skills. And then whatever we get in strength is totally fine by me. But I'm going to try to do damage mostly with my skills instead. So we're approaching the ossuary instead of going the other easier directions because we want to get the maximum loot possible. And I do believe you get a higher percentage of loot from being down here. So we're going to go for that. And I think I've got a good strategic head on my shoulders, which it might seem like the episodes have stalled out a little bit in terms of quality recently, but you got to remember that, you know, we had 22 episodes or 25 episodes that all died within the first 30 minutes. So we've really made some big improvements. It might take us a little while to get past this new threshold, but I got faith that we're going to get there. So the game plan for right now is, I surely do not love our loadout for just popping off on enemies from a melee standpoint, so I'm more than happy to hit them from afar, and whatever damage we can do in this way, I'm happy to do so. And, you know, we can even throw out a stun and then hit them like that, and they're completely dusted. But yeah, I think we gotta play rat strats for now. Rat strats are essentially get far away from the action. You know, let the big dogs fight it out. So we're gonna go straight for skills. As long as we're not far behind in HP, skills is what we're gonna invest in. And I think 2 levels of HP is totally fine. But what do I know in the end? We're also, like, the oil, it covers everything in a large area, so it's doing a good job right now of not only keeping us safe, you know, amplifying damage from enemies. Let's go. And then a strength scroll right next to it. It's actually good. Again, you might think I'm disappointed that this doesn't fit my build, but no, we're probably going to want levels of strength anyway. I mean, on occasion, we're going to be hitting enemies, so the grappling hook does give us +1 health, but it's basically irrelevant to me, I think. And considering we're focusing so hard on skills, can't help but feel like that would be a bit of a major mistake. I think we got a good thing going here. We're clearing waves quickly. That's always a great sign. Cooldowns are relatively low, although I would like them lower. We're just racking up cells. Shake them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them. Roll them in a circle of enemies and watch me break them. Poison enemies that hurt you. Doesn't seem as useful as coming back to life after we die. I recognize that it might be like a total noob trap that I'm just not noticing at first, but I'm hopeful that's not the case. We also don't have to kill everything. I've gotten some tweets from people. One in particular, a guy said, NL, you invented, or invented might not be the right word, but you utilized lion strats in Dark Souls, and now, you know, you're killing every enemy, even though it's only a very, very small portion of enemies actually do something to you, or it can give you something. And you're not wrong. Does extra damage and enemies release a toxic cloud? I think they're both pretty equivalent, but why not level up? You know, we're going for broke here, not trying to save money in our donation machine. I think you're right, but at the same time, I don't know. Diligent strats seem to be doing the job right now. So I don't really want to mess with it. Again, Knife Storm is also fine. If I can get well, I think it's fine at least. If I can get a bleed strat going, I'd be happy to roll with it. But for now, it just seems like, you know, fire does show up a lot. It seems like there's a lot of different ways to enable it, but it also seems to, like, get the job done. So I'm always going to be happy to take fire when it shows up, because it seems like one of the easiest ways to enable these synergies to pop. So I don't know, this might just be Rampart's access. Or it might be, like, a loot cavern that I've never seen before in my life. Let's hope it's the latter as opposed to the former. That's the first hit we've taken on the ossuary, so, like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm loving life right now. Let me go on like a blister in the freaking sun, man. The cells are irrelevant, but happy to grab them nonetheless. Who knows? Maybe they're more relevant than I'm giving them credit for. We got a lot of space on this floor. The thing is, like, a fully explored ossuary has the potential to give you, like, infinity loot. It could also, like, not only could it be your angle, it could be your devil as well. I'll be the first to let you know. But so far, so good, I think. And, you know, Bow with Infinite Arrows is doing a great job of allowing me to sit back and at least do some chip damage when I've already got enemies on the brink. It did feel like there was going to be loot there. Just because it took us so long to get there in the first place. Oh, I didn't even see this over here. What do we got? No cursed chest. It's a nutcracker. And it's just a better nutcracker, basically. Does a little bit of damage to dying enemies. Next level, I think we should go for HP. Seems sensible to me. We got a lot of exploration to do. We could be in here until like 20 minutes. And honestly, get used to it, you know? Right trigger, left trigger. That's the meta right now, and it's getting the job done. That was pretty bad. I think we should just heal. There are kebabs around, but like... although there are kebabs around, I just want to stay agile here, you know, as quickly as possible. The toxic damage seems to be pretty good as well. I'm liking rat strats. Rat strats is just like, you know, however you have to survive. That's how you should do it. It's what I do in Battlegrounds. That's how I did it. It's how America does it. It's worked out pretty well so far. Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark. There's no way that dude was making it up here. Alright, No. Okay, I'm glad he died. And we should have made more of an effort to recover HP there, but... starting to brick it up against these guys just a little bit, but I know we got more loot coming. Okay, it's Rampart's access. Apparently we do not have more loot coming there, at least. And there's still a little bit to explore up here, but I'd be surprised if we got anything too special. But, you know, we still got 2 heals left, and don't forget about the kebab. Another kebab. It's another kebab. Right now, the world's our burrito. And, like, a real burrito, too. I'm not talking about, you know, up here in Vancouver. You know, we got great food in Vancouver. I haven't lived in many other big cities. I lived in a city in South Korea that had about 3 to 4 million people. The food was good, don't get me wrong, but it's the only North American city I've lived in even close to this size. But I think the food in Vancouver is fantastic, but we don't really kill it. This is a timed door. We're never going to make it. We don't really kill it in Canada on a Tex-Mex level. And I know you're going to be like, oh, I live in Toronto, and, you know, I guess I'm talking to Mouth specifically now. Oh, but you got to go to Burrito Boys. Okay, sure. I mean, I'm not saying there's no good Tex-Mex. But, you know, in Vancouver, you want a burrito, sometimes you're like, I guess I'll just go to Whole Foods and get like a $9 pseudo burrito. They do make it fresh, and I gotta admit it tastes pretty good, but doesn't quite hit all the notes that you'd expect the burrito to hit. But the world is our burrito, and I'm talking like a Mission District, San Francisco, taqueria. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a $12 burrito. I'm talking about a $6.50 burrito. Even better. It's working. Come get a taste. Caught something on the Usher tour, he had to let it burn. We don't want the electric whip, but at least it didn't drop a pendant for once. Prison depths. Prison depths. I don't think we're done here yet. Depths, depths, depths. We are done in here. Okay. Depths in the building. I think we're out. I think we're out. And we got 2 skills, 2 strength, I think, which is actually fine. Prison depths is very dangerous to make it out of the prison depths. Let me put it this way. We're probably going to be in one of the best positions we've ever been in for making it past the Watcher, or we're going to feel like we're totally screwed. So I'm eager to see how it works out for us. But right now, I'm actually pretty pleased. I mean, we did find ourselves in some sticky situations on the last floor that we, to be honest with you, probably should not have found ourselves in. But we only used 2 of our heals, and the ossuary's no joke, you know? Even though we were relatively strong from afar on the ossuary, it still could have gone terribly wrong pretty easily. So the fact that we only used 2 heals feels good. Let's do it. I'm ready. We really should just destroy the door the first time it appears. It's nice to get the extra stun, but like... onto the spikes, dude. I expected better. Okay, so Frost Blast is actually potentially great, but nothing doing for us right now. I'm very sorry to have to do things this way. I'd like to have, like, enemies release biters. Because, we got a good setup. Like, enemies are dying en masse, basically. However, I see another secret over there. Enemies are dying en masse, but, I want them to kill other enemies in the process. We got another skill level up. I'm fine with that, but I will admit I'm starting to get a little frightened about the idea of, you know, only having 2 HP. Not so much for the Black Bridge. I feel like 2 HP should be more than enough to get the job done there. But I'm more worried about just getting there in the first place, because that's the part that scares me. Need that. Need more heals, please. You just find it in your heart to give me more heals real quick. More heals, not gonna happen, so just heal up. We can always go back for the kebab. Ooh, let's go. Shouldn't have even tried it, buddy. Just waiting for everything to be off cooldown so we're ready for, you know, Loot City, USA here. I said Loot City, USA, but to be honest with you, it's hasn't been too loot-rich so far. It's been very, very scary. We did manage to get through it, but not easy. Okay, what do we got? Toxic Cloud. Extra damage on a burning target? Ignites the ground around you. I mean, we could take that instead of the fire grenade. "91 damage per second for 4 seconds, and it fires a volley of arrows." 58 damage burns. I don't know. We're getting like hundreds of damage per second out of the fire grenade plus the multiplicative effect of the oil. I think I'm happier with our existing setup, but it is tempting, admittedly. Fighting enemies in the water is like the most annoying. Now, cluster bombs, we've had a good track record with. Extra damage on a burning target. Oh, yeah. So that's going to be our problem here. Don't get me wrong. I've been liking the oil. I just think that the burst damage from this is a little bit better. It's a little dangerous down here. I might, like, I could be wrong. And there is again, I'm always like, Mr. If it ain't broke, don't fix it in this game sometimes, but how could I be against that cluster bomb damage? Like, did you see that? There's no way we're gonna want this. But we had to look. Sorry. I'm seeing them haters giving me salty looks. Lowry's. I think this is actually not just better. I think it's much better. The fact that we were able to kill the spider tank without even... I don't want to say without trying, because that makes it sound like methinks the lady doth protest too much, but you sort of get the idea I'm getting at here, I'm assuming. Like, we're sort of crushing it right now. Another level of strength, dude. Okay, I mean, I saw what happened there. Should heal up. We can't not have a balanced run, apparently. I just mishandled that situation. So we've already used 2 heals. Might be nice for us to find an exit. And the only game plan I have there is, if we have an exit around us, at least we know that we can just leave if things get too hot. But I think we're actually getting stacked here. So the turret is actually something that Bear told me is amazing at dealing with the Watcher. To lose the cluster bombs would suck pretty bad, because they're doing a lot of damage. And we got Fire Grenade 1. Ah. But it's horizontal turret 5. So it's going to do 500 damage per second to enemies that are on fire. I think we got to give it a shot. We can afford to spend, at least, and see how it works. So we want to light enemies on fire, and then throw the turret on them and see how it... I mean, it's chewing. I'm not chewing. It also, the other, like, unsung hero element of it is that it does do, it draws aggro. Which means that, it would deal with the tentacles a little bit better. It does seem a little less elegant, but it might just have been a bad encounter. Keep in mind, you know, we're not going to be dealing with flying enemies that much. I hope, at least. And the tentacles have been a problem. I think the tentacles are always going to be a problem. This is definitely less good for single targets. And it might be less good for multiple targets, but it might be really, really good on bosses. Swarm of biters, enemies burn when they die. Doctor, doctor, tell me the news. I got an ambiguous case of choosing items. Doesn't roll off the tongue. Nice try, buddy. Oh, we did need a level up in the HP department. 2 levels of HP was leaving us a little squandered. So now, you know what? Now we got 3. I'm back in the saddle again, like that Aerosmith song. You know, I'm back in the saddle again. We should go back to Kebab City here. Whoa! I mean, it is hard for me to deny that the cluster was the superior item from a damage dealing standpoint. And that makes me want to go back for it, and I do think there's a certain element of, like, you know, you should do what you know and what you're most comfortable with. I think I might go back for the cluster bomb. It sort of kills me inside. By the way, I know we're like 25 minutes in this video, but it's worth noting, we're still actually very early. I'm an actual moron. What I mean is that we're early in the episode. Got shoes on my feet. Light me up those prison depths. I'm gonna take some health on this one just to... Oh, I really thought that would give us a spare heal. Well, we gotta get to the... There were two of them. That was scary. We gotta get to a teleporter. Hello, sir. I'm gonna take my cluster bomb back. If it wasn't abundantly clear, I think I'm just more comfortable with it. I'll tell you one thing, and I'd be very disappointed if this was incorrect. But I think we're gonna just absolutely stomp the Christ out of the Black Bridge. Like, I'm actually amazed. We're at 446 without having fought the first boss yet. We should go back for the other one, like it... But it's so far away. We wait for the day and the do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You see, it's a Dragon Force thing. Not really a big Dragon Force fan, but at the same time, you gotta recognize Guitar Hero 3 when you see it, of course. It's an all-time classic of the industry. Okay, so we got our babies back. You go left trigger, right trigger. I'm not gonna pay $10,000 for like 20 cells. That's out of control. Not extra damage from a burning unit, so I'm not gonna take it. Now you're gonna say, does this idiot not realize he has Fire Grenade 1? Believe you me, I'm aware. I wish it weren't so. I wish we had Fire Grenade 30. Well, we're actually done with the floor. And we made it, and we're so stacked from a level standpoint. I think, in terms of our equipment, it wouldn't be too hard to make us better. But I don't think we're in, like, a bad spot at all. The heal here is like... I should really just be patting myself on the back at least a little bit. We made it. We have a loadout. We tested around, like, to try different things, and it didn't seem like they were working for us, so we mixed it up, and we went back to, you know, what looked like... We went back to our high school sweetheart after we played the field in college, and that's how you know, we're in a decent setup here. I mean, as you can see... Sometimes that feels like unavoidable. Basically, a left trigger, right trigger combo takes off, like, enough of this guy's HP to put him in the next phase of existence. The astral plane. Alright, so that was his last bit of invincibility, so once we pop that, he's actually done and dusted forever. Easiest... like, incomplete one boss fight of my entire life. There we go. 12 cells as always. Now we go to the fjord, and to be honest with you, the fjord should be like a nice little fast casual family dining chain for us right now. I'm not going for the shield level up because I don't respect it. By mashing left trigger, right trigger, should be in a great spot to kill all these enemies. Hitting them from afar. Hitting them long with the bow. Cracking their nuts with my sword. Dying to watch her in 20. Dying to watch her. 20 minutes. Strumming my whole With his tentacles. Usually you're good for a few scrolls here as well. And of course, you know, if we get them. No, none of these deal extra damage. Fires an arrow. Does extra damage on bleeding targets. Okay, so I think we go for the one that fires an arrow. Although... yeah, I'm going to take this. Slightly faster. We don't need the stun from the Nutcracker. I actually did forget that we had Nutcracker level 5. That's, like, fairly decent. I think you can pretty much see my game plan right now. Usually good for a few scrolls. If we get them, they're probably going into skills first. Shots pierce. I mean, Knife Storm 5, nothing wrong with it. Oh, an elite axe thrower actually scares me. But should not have. Okay, regular old whip. Extra damage on frozen targets. If I could actually make this work, I'd be very happy, but let's be honest, I don't anticipate that happening. So instead, we're moving on here. And life's been good, man. Like a Joe Walsh song. We got actually absolutely no problems. And as long as we can, you know, find 2 seconds of safety on any given room, nice. We can always get, like, all of our abilities back. Is this the way up already? Nah, I was gonna say, a little too fast. Got a shield. Dude, do not give me these. I don't want these. The shields, as far as I'm concerned, the shields are worthless. Get that trash out of my face. 2 weeks later. So I've gotten a lot of tweets that say, like, shields are pretty good, so I'm willing to give that a try now, you know. Thanks for the comments. I really appreciate, you know, having patience for me. Patience with me, I guess. I'm so much more comfortable with this build. And I might eat it on the Watcher fight, but we got a long way to go before the Watcher fight, man. That was a bad play. Ooh, twin daggers. Enemies burn when they die, and it throws a grenade. I don't think it matters. I think that's kind of like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Should go with whatever moveset we're happier with, and I'm honestly, like, I feel pretty much equally happy with all of them. I just wanted to know what, like, difficult combat felt like again. So we're getting guaranteed crits now, but, like, obviously we're going to be playing with fire. +1 health, enemies release a toxic cloud when they die. It's almost tempting, dude. I think we may have accidentally just found, like, the way up. Yeah, this is a good time to heal. Which would be strange. The arrow's actually doing a decent job. Oh, it's not the way up. Okay. Well, let's peep it. Damage taken reduced by 10%. I wanted to peep it because there's... I do feel like maybe the respawn is just a total noob trap. Repeating, of course. Dude, we can make it to the top. Just wait him out. Oh, he never aggroed again. We still want to explore everything. Just allow me this strange moment. It always feels good. Electric whip, come on, dude. By the way, I was talking about the electric whip combo in a recent episode. People told me that actually the electric whip damage booster combo was good before the elemental update. Oh, the truth comes out. So I was trying to, you know, use this setup that actually didn't have much merit, as much merit at least anymore. That's my bad. But you know, necessity's the mother of invention, man. It's another level up here. It's a better fire grenade. It can't be a worse fire grenade. So it's really like actually way more damage, and it causes arrows to shoot and also fall out of enemies. I still don't really know what that means, but it's very, very solid. So we probably should level up our HP a little bit. We're gonna be fighting the Watcher before too long. You know what? Maybe this actually was not the path to get to the ceiling. No, it definitely was. You're overthinking it here. Yeah. This means that we definitely still have like an area to get to that should lead to this place to begin with. But the free money is just out of control. Come here. It's free real estate. Take out the trash, man. Take out the trash, man. Yeah, it's the trash man. Let's go. So this is graveyard entrance? It is, so I ain't ready to go yet. We got hopefully a lot more to explore. We've only picked up one scroll here. The fire grenade is like worth its weight in freaking platinum. No. Yep. So like 1,000,000% I earned that death. It's an embarrassment that I fell down there. Just goes to show you, you know, maybe we shouldn't have been so stoked to be up at the top. Let's heal up, bring it back, come rewind. Powerful impact boom from the cannon. I'm still not too rattled. First off, the frames, dude. Hold up here. Is that an important Skype message? Not important, but a Skype message. Okay. Sometimes it's the fire effects, sometimes it's the... Sometimes it's the Skype messages. You never know. What is the big deal for us right now? Like, what would we want if we could have anything in the world? I would like to replace our existing... Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I wanted. To replace our existing bow, basically. So I'll definitely buy HP, that's no doubt. Frostblast is very tempting, to be honest with you. To keep an enemy frozen... Better than the bow? Better than the bow. I know this is piercing, but we don't need the ammo. Like, sorry, the ammo raises a concern for me, I think. So, here's what I'm thinking, is like, if frost-related slowdown lasts for 4 times as long, then even when they thaw, let's do an experiment. Even when they thaw, they're gonna be slowed. And they're gonna be slowed for a long time, which might give us a chance to do, like, potentially several, attacks. How do we get up? I mean, I know we were up there before, but... That's not gonna do it. So this is where we fell down. Maybe it was just through there? Yeah, we haven't done this area yet. So I don't know if this is the right play, but I'm definitely glad I came this way. It also does give 1 stack of bleed. which I'd say is approximately worth nothing, but more accurately worth like slightly more than nothing. Which has me more intrigued. The frames are getting like out of control down here though. Level 8 skills actually has me feeling like we can do this time. I think this is like... Where did we fall down? Okay, it was not there. Was it here? I think it was. No, it was. This is where we came up. Right. We just got that thing there. Level 8 skills is roughly where I've been told we should be from a skill standpoint if we want to beat the Watcher. 7 or 8, so this is good. And then on the strength front, it doesn't matter too much. On the health front, I've also been told 7, so hopefully we can find 2 HP upgrades, but you know, 6 is not that much worse than 7. 8 is not that much better than 7. So we just keep in mind these are guidelines. This is the run. I know I've said that a few times. I believed it in my heart and soul every time. I've been to ossuary. I've been to old sewers. I've been searching for an HP scroll. Keeps me searching for an HP scroll. And I'm getting gold. Do, 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 do. You don't even know how lucky you are, dude. So again, basic game plan now is that the bow is nice for chip damage. This is the room. The bow was nice for chip damage, but means nothing for us damage-wise. The Frost also means nothing for us damage-wise. But the ability to spam it is important, and the fact that it can be used as initiation also matters to me. It does do some damage, doesn't it? Now, these are the guys that I get roasted for fighting. People go, why would you fight these jerks here, just wasting your time for no reason? You may indeed be correct. That was scary. Never should have been, but was nonetheless. So this should be cemetery, or crypt, whatever it's called. Dude, we are, well, I am stoked about our existing life here. That felt very bad. We should be, and like, might actually already be almost unkillable as long as we get the drop on an enemy. We got too many different ways to control. I wanted to see where that went. Especially if we can land, like a direct hit. A Nintendo direct hit on the big bad. Then we just gotta kite him. And, you know, we got, like, no cooldown at all here. So, I really do think that, even though I've said this a few times, this may indeed be the most lights out we've ever been. Even the flying enemies can't do crap to us. We gotta at least peep the sandals here. Extra damage on a burning target, but I think that be ill-advised for us to take them up on that offer. Nah, didn't mean to do that. That was my bad. I'm not gonna burn, but dude, the freaking cluster bombs still got the job done, huh? can always go for the freeze there, too. And I don't know what's doing the toxic. I do remember picking it up, but it's doing great work for us down here. Now, do I think that it gives us great odds against the Watcher? I honestly don't know, but I want to say yes. Does that make you feel better? I see a rune. Well, if the run's really as good as we say it is, we might have a chance with this, right? I do realize, by the way, that on the fjords, we probably should have gone back for that minus 10% damage pendant. I just hate backtracking, even with teleporters. Certainly, like, the speed of getting through this run is actually no problem. Getting through this challenge room, I should say, is no problem. That almost got me. Hopefully there's no more platforming segments. Kill all the enemies. Okay. We've used less than half our time here. I'm starting to think we may actually have a shot at this. Where did that dude come from? Last platforming segment. Be careful. Still. Look, I'll tell you straight up. I'd be a lot more disappointed with the way that went down, which is not an expression that makes any sense, but I'd be a lot more disappointed with the way that went down if I've ever seen... Oh, there's usually something over here. How many times have we forgotten that recently? Okay, 1,000,000%. Bear gave me the keys to the kingdom with the Impaler. He says the key to the Impaler, of course, the burning synergy is the icing on the cake here. But the key to the Impaler is the fact that when you pop up, you can do many hits while you stay in the air. So the fact that we got the Impaler gives us a huge advantage against the Watcher, especially when the synergies actually work. So I am, like, of course, a little disappointed with the way that we didn't get the challenge to work out there. At the same time, I'd be more disappointed if I had ever seen a challenge room pay out with anything good instead of just, like, garbage. Like, oh, hey, here's some extra cells, so in 10 years you might be able to grab half of an extra 5% damage up. So I don't expect to get wall crits here. That's fine. We're just exploring right now. You know how dogs is and all that. This is the one, dude. That's a new whip, the wrench whip. Extra damage on a bleeding target, and it wrenches enemies towards you, but that's not what we want in our lives. Everybody is looking for the dub in this life. Everybody just keeps on asking why? What is dub in this life? Okay, shouldn't have messed with it. Almost got me. Maybe I shouldn't tempt fate too much. I mean, I do have a history of kind of throwing around this time. Might be wise to slow it down. I think you feel it too, though. Reduces the chance of unfreezing during an attack. Also seems interesting. Oh, a scroll. That's HP. Let's go. 6 levels of HP. We almost in this. Swarm of biters, how do I feel about that? I mean, anytime you get some extra damage, maybe it's gonna be good against the little tentacles, against the watcher, you know? He has actually done it. 7, 4, 8. We got the build. Wait, was this? Yeah, this was it. So we've only used 1 heal. I would have preferred to have used 0, but still in a good spot. Dude, why end your own life for no reason like that? I gotta know. What is the call of the void that makes you desire ending your own life with no advantageous purpose? Even the biters are roasting you. I shouldn't get cheeky with it. Like, I'm like, oh, we don't need to use all of our skills. Skills are leveled 2 million anyway. Like, just use everything. There's no reason not to throw out, like, extra damage as quickly as possible. The cooldowns are, like, 2 seconds or something. So, obviously, like, financially, we're back in the game here. No doubt. Watch out. Sometimes spikes down here now. We should be cautious, careful, calm and collected. Gonna take a lot to, I mean, take me away from you. There's nothing that a stupid spike sandal can ever do. I'm gonna have to do better if you want me to leave, Frost Blast. No, we've got the loadout right now. Not gonna say there's nothing that I wouldn't, that 100 men or more could ever do. No, but I don't think there's nothing I'd get rid of if it presented itself. Extra strength. Enemies burn when they die. It's not quite good enough. But this is the loadout that has the chance, man. I do wish that I hadn't foolishly lost the respawn, and I would pay for almost any pendant. I might just pay for, like, literally any pendant. I was gonna say, just spam in here. We just want to make sure we're taking out that guy as easily as possible. This could be our exit. It's not. It's a nutcracker. Not gonna do it. Absolutely spend as much gold as you gotta spend to put yourself in that position. Damage taken reduced by 10%. You never know if that's gonna manifest itself. So what's the next level? Skills or HP? I think it should be HP. I think I'm the kind of guy who's like, I'll never feel like I have enough skills. I'll always be like, yo, just one more level of skills. Just one more level of skills. We're already one-tapping large enemies. Who are we trying to impress? You know, we're never going to one-tap the boss with our skills, so. Might as well not even worry about that. The thing with HP is it's like the exact opposite. You'll always feel like you have too much HP until it's over. I see you, Scoot. I'm not Scoot. And we've been leaning on this combo for quite some time. That was kind of a botch. But it's getting the job done. Extra damage on a burning target. It doesn't allow you to stay in the air. As a result, we can't take it. I have to trust Bear Taffy on this. I rebuked him. I rebuked my son Bear Taffy. when he said, make sure you take a horizontal turret. We had a horizontal turret that fit our synergy, and we decided to roll the dice. Didn't seem like it was getting the job done. And honestly, I stand by that decision at the present moment, but things can change. Damage from projectiles reduced by 75%. It is tempting. It is tempting. Because we do take some damage from the things that the dude throws. But I think most of our damage is going to be from tentacles. Probably. I don't know what happens when you freeze the ground. Or freeze the water. We got another level of HP. Okay. The choice was taken away from us. Now I would probably go skills. Why not strength? Honestly, why mess with the strat that seems to be working out really nicely so far? Forget balanced build. $3,700 gold. We gotta be getting close to the exit here. You know you're in a good spot when you accidentally kill that guy. You know, we can't. That could have been very dangerous. We basically just can't. Get rid of what we got going on already. No matter how good it looks, if it's in a zany category, no chance. So this is our best chance. We could squander it. Just by playing badly. It happens all the time. But I think I've got a game plan. The tentacles, I'm still just, it's a crapshoot to some extent. I should probably freeze them when they show up, because if they're slow, they're going to be easier to dodge, probably. We don't have a respawn anymore, which is, it hurts me deep down in my soul, but... So that's the game plan right there. I mean, that seemed to go very well. Okay. Why bother with that is my thinking right now. That's working. Dude, slow tentacles is actually getting the job done completely. I don't even know if we want to be in there. Doing damage with our, I mean, I don't really want to call it a halberd, but you get the idea. It kind of seems like, why risk it? Just gonna be honest with you. If we win this one, it's coming down to 4 times bonus, like, slowdown. We'll probably have to heal soon, but to heal for the first time right now is like a huge positive for us. Good stuff, team. Yeah, I mean, when we can sneak those hits in, why not? He's frozen? Like I think I broke him. He's stuck in the platform. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Oh! We're safe. Now, the one thing I want to caution myself with here is don't get too attached to the frost. Know when you got the spam as well, you know? That's bad. Left trigger, right trigger. Yep. That's fine. Good heal, good heal. He's done it. Heal up. Still got 2 heals left. Oh, Jesus. Heal up again. We got him, though. We can't lose. You knew this was the run. It's the dream scenario. Blueprint acquired. Tonic. What happens next? The wharf? I think this is where the game might just end in its present early access state. Oh ho ho! The vessel you're looking for hasn't docked yet. Oh ho ho! There's nothing for you here, outsider. Goodbye. For now. Ho ho ho! What gives? And... tentacle. You know what, though? That's a win. Body desecrated. No souls lost. We won. We beat Dead Cells. I'm gonna be back. Don't even question your pretty little heads over it. For now, thanks for watching. It's our first W. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.